It's time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light them up.
Welcome back. It's time for Cigar Talk, and I'm your host, Rob Jones, and we got Hatch in the co-pilot.
You got me. We were missing Big Larry today.
Miss Big Larry, but he's out of town. He went to visit his 96-year-old mother.
Isn't that crazy?
It's awesome.
I know.
Wow. My mom died at 69.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and his mom is still going strong. She lives by herself.
That's crazy. I know. I won't make that.
We all know that. That is not surprising anybody.
I'll be happy if I make 70.
Yeah, we're going to throw a big party for you at 60 anyways.
Oh, yeah, 60, 61, 60, because, you never know. Anyway, guys, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. We do have our top 10 Maduros of 2024 so far.
Yeah.
So we'll probably revisit this in about 6 months and see what our list looks like. But we've got a great list. I'll give you my 5. Hatch will give you hers. And I'm pouring myself a drink. That's a pretty big drink.
That's like I don't know.
That's a big drink.
That's half the bottle.
Oh, no. That's a, okay.
Look, it's half the bottle.
That's a triple. But that just means I won't need another drink before the show's over. Probably.
All right. I'll let y'all know if
Are you having a drink? Oh, you are having a drink. All right. Well, tell everybody what you're smoking while I toast the foot of my lovely cigar.
I am smoking one of our lovely sponsors, the El Popo.
Oh, by Artisano Tobacco.
Artisano. Yeah. So I love this cigar. I have it a lot when I'm over here.
I know. We don't have very many, and every time I look over, she's getting another one.
True story.
But, we don't care. We want everybody to smoke what they want to smoke.
No, and I'm a fan of the El Popo. What do you got going on?
I am lighting up the Monte Cristo 1935 anniversary.
Ooh, another favorite.
Yeah, it was one of Cigar Aficionado's number 2 cigar of the year, and that was in 21, and they scored it a 95, which is a nice score. Anything above 90 is good.
I love 90 that cigar as well.
And, I see Cigar Aficionado, rank cigars or rate them, 80 to 90. And it's there's a lot of damn good cigars in that list. You know what I mean? It's you don't have to be a 95, but if you are, you better be damn good. And this one, it is.
Yes, I can agree. Tell them what we're drinking.
I think this is new for you. It's not new for me. We're having the new Riff single barrel. And the single barrel is 116.4 proof. Have you had a sip yet?
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of surprised it's 116. I wouldn't have thought that.
To me, it's maybe 100.
Yeah, I would have guessed 100.
Way smoother than, and to me,
a lot of flavor.
But for me, it's when you have a high proof and it doesn't seem high, I'm master distiller, job well done.
Yes, well done, sir.
I don't know, have you ever had Booker's?
No.
So Booker's is, there's a lot of people in the bourbon industry, and I know some guys are going to hate on me for this, but they just think it's, the be-all.
Then why don't I see anybody drinking it?
Because it's hotter than Hades. I bought a bottle. It's about $90, and it comes in a wooden coffin, and like a cigar would, but the front is made out of plexiglass, so you see through it. Really nice looking display. And that was the first bottle way back when that I paid $90 for. I was still feeling my way out, but I read some really good reviews about it. And I think I got the Grandma's Biscuit version. There's several different, I don't know why. But what I can tell you is I poured myself a glass. Tim and my cousin Mark both poured themselves one. I took one sip and I was like, nope, I'm not drinking this. It was that hot.
Really?
And, I like high proofs. I think it was 128, 129.
Well, now I kind of want to try this stuff.
Well, go get a bottle. I'm not drinking it.
I may have to.
I just love bourbons. Cheers.
Mate.
I love good bourbons that have the higher proof. Now, I was at our favorite liquor store last week, And he asked me if I would be interested in the Jack Daniel's 10-year anniversary bottle. And I was like, yeah. He had it in the back. He brings it up. It was $80, and I was ready to buy it. I looked at the proof, and it was 97.
Oh.
Right? I'm like, you're going to give a 97 proof bottle as your 10-year anniversary? It should be at least 115 and up, and just drink like milk from the gods.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I didn't get it.
No, I wouldn't have either. I'd have passed on that one.
And I'm not a fan at all. It's for all you guys that drink just the regular old Jack Daniels. Hats off to you for being able to drink that crap.
I know. Respect.
I mean, now, did you drink any high school? Like when you were in high school, did you drink?
I really didn't.
You were a good girl.
I was good. I was an A student.
Oh my God. I don't know if you.
My first
No,
Jack
but I was not an A student.
This is brand new information.
Right. You're shocked, aren't you?
No, I think my first Jack Daniels, oddly enough, was not Old Number 7 like most people. It was Gentleman Jack. And
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. So what year was this? It hadn't been that long ago.
No, this is probably like 06, 07. And a friend of mine, I had a sore throat, and he's like, make a hot toddy with this. This is my favorite. And so again, first introduction to Jack was that one. So I kind of skipped.
But at the same time, you can't judge a drink when you're making a hot toddy.
I know. But then later on, I did buy a bottle, and
It's
I'm like,
this was a damn good hot toddy. She has friends over, and it's like, hey, you want a drink?
Here you go. So, yeah.
Got a sore throat?
Yes.
No. So, do you like it? I've never had it. I skipped that one.
It's okay. You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really the only Jack that I really, really like is the single barrel proof. Okay, there you are. Sorry, lost the camera for a second. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof bourbon, and the one that you got, which is the single barrel proof rye. Both of those are lights out.
They really
I mean,
are.
they're very high proof.
So I think if I were to have the Gentleman Jack now, I don't think I would like it just because that was so long ago.
And both of those bourbons that I just mentioned have a lot of flavor.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And being both at 130 plus, they're both smooth.
Yeah.
Like you could get yourself in trouble easy if you don't monitor how much you're drinking. Just ask Larry.
Yes.
No,
that rye, and for me not really being a rye person, it's amazing.
I agree. Like if you poured that and I didn't know it was a rye, I don't even think I would notice.
No.
I mean, it has a little more spice to it, but I like spice, even in the bourbon. And I think like this Riff bourbon has a little spice to it.
Yeah, and we tell everyone just watch out for that first little sip.
Yeah, that's true. That's something that like now
Don't
like
take a huge sip.
the Bookers, I took one sip and I was like, that ain't for me. Because I mean, I could literally tell this is going to give me major heartburn.
Yeah.
Like I steer clear of those. You ever have heartburn? Ever?
Rarely. I mean, like on a rare occasion.
Well, when you have it, you don't want to drink bourbon.
No.
They don't go together. So anyway, we're drinking Riff and smoking some really good cigars.
Heck yeah.
Slow down on the puffing on that El Puffo.
Shut your mouth.
You know, that was one of our tips last week was slowing down. Can you hit the camera button over there? Just tap. There you go. That was one of our tips last week was slow down.
Was that Larry's tip?
No, that was mine.
Okay, just making sure.
Larry just needs to shore up on the, never mind. Anyway, yeah, that was one of the tips.
You know that's hard for me.
It is, but you realize I used to smoke faster than you do.
I know.
And now, like this cigar will probably last me until way after the show.
I believe that actually, yes.
I mean, I feel like
you have. You have slowed way down.
And when you do, you'll start enjoying it even more. It's not just a like advice so you slow down and quit smoking so many damn cigars while you're over here. No, it's really, I mean, ask Sam. Sam knows. You were a fast smoker at one time. And there's a reason people slow down. It's not because you're smoking too fast and it's you really enjoy it much more.
I'm going to try that.
We'll see. I don't know if I believe it, but we'll see.
We're going to try it.
Hey, guys, while you might have seen me on my phone a while ago, it wasn't because I was being rude. I actually turned up the rabbit air. Still can't hear it, can you?
No, it's remarkable.
And I mean, what smoke do you see in here?
None.
Like,
It's kind of creepy, actually.
I don't know that I'd call it creepy.
It's creepy how efficient it is.
It's not creepy. It's amazing, but not creepy.
Okay, fine. It's amazing. My word is creepy.
Like John Olive, when he was here, was creepy.
We're in a confined environment, puffing away, and there is not you can't see any form of smoke.
I know. It's amazing.
It's disappearing off your cigar at like 2 inches above it.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
John Olive's creepy. But anyway, see the difference? One's amazing, one's creepy. Anyway.
So, is that what you're going to talk about, the rabbit?
Oh, yeah. The rabbit. If you need air purification in your home or wherever it is that you're smoking, I highly recommend the rabbit. And I will put a picture of ours, which you can't see because it's above us on the wall. But it's got 4 speeds. And normally we just keep it on low. When we're doing the show, I want to make sure there's no smoke like filling up the camera so you can't, see us. So I turn it on number 2. And when it's on number 2, I still can't hear it.
No, not at all.
And we have the headphones on and we have like the volume turned up. Is your volume good, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Like I can hear any fan going on in the background and I can't hear that at all.
I don't know that I've ever actually heard this thing.
Oh, if you put it on 4, I'll give you you know what? Let me give you the sound demonstration. And for you guys at home, if you listen, you'll be able to hear it when I get to, let's see, rabbit. All right. That's number 2. Here's number 3. Still can't hear number 3. No. Is it turned on? Yeah, it is. And then here's 4. This is full blast. Now you can hear it.
I can hear it a little bit.
Barely.
I don't know if the audience can, but I can barely hear it. Yeah. Okay, well, now we hear it. Now we really hear it.
Quit talking. Okay, it's not even that loud. I just have the microphones turned all the way up. So that's too much. Let's put it back on 2. But it's amazing because it's so quiet. So if you need a air purification, I can't recommend this enough. And the cool thing is on the app, like where it's out on the, I can't see the controller board. So I can't like stand here and push the buttons, but it's on my phone.
Yeah.
And not only do you control it from your phone, it actually tells you the life of your filter.
Oh, nice.
Like right now, we started with this system, I believe in the 1st of December.
Mm-hmm.
It's now almost the end of March, and we are just now reaching the first quarter of the life of that.
I really like that about the filter because for people like you who don't remember to change the filter,
yeah,
that's good.
Once it gets down to like the bottom quarter, it like sends you a message. Hey, don't forget, you need a new filter.
Take care of it.
But when I got this, the lady was telling me, the filter will last for a whole year. And I was like, I don't think you understand. We smoke a lot of cigars. And she's like, I really think it'll last a year, but I'm going to send you an extra filter.
Oh, really?
So I have another one, but I really thought it would only last 6 months in here, but we're on pace for a whole year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So hats off to those guys. They made a product that I'm impressed by.
I'm very impressed with it.
So anyway, that's enough about sponsors. Let's move on to what cigars have you smoked this week? Anything? You went to the Leaf today and smoked. What did you have while you were there? A Stillwell?
I did have a Stillwell.
I knew it.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, I have really been digging the Stillwells the last several months.
From Steve Saka.
Yes. And
like you bought me one because I hadn't had one and you were like, you got to try this. And it was really good.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the kick you are, but I also haven't been to the Leaf that much lately. I've been working. I've been going out of town, so I haven't had the opportunity. But next time I go, I will pick another one up.
Yeah, so they've got 4 different blends that I've tried. One, and they're, and we've talked about this before. They've got pipe tobacco in them. And so they've got.
I forget that.
Yes.
So that makes them very unique.
Yes, they've got an aromatic. If
and
that's
you're not
your
even
thing.
Do you smoke pipe tobacco?
I want to be a pipe smoker. I suck at it, but I really want to be. I don't have the patience for it. Anyway, so they've got an aromatic. They've got my favorite, which is an English number 27 blend. They've got one called Navy and then one called the Bayou. And
which one do you like the best, or does it matter? Are they all the same?
So if you like sweet cigars, go with their aromatic. If you like just a traditional,
so they have the aromatic tobacco.
Yes,
that's pretty cool.
I know, and it's their best seller right now.
So it's not real sweet like an infused, say, acid.
I haven't had an acid, so I can't really comment on that.
You've never had an acid?
No.
I'm impressed.
My system is
Don't
pure,
ever
baby.
Do that.
I am pure.
Never, ever do that. Like, normally I tell people to try everything once. I'm going to pass on that one. So
I would say, really, English number 27, Stillwell. That's my go-to right now.
Very interesting. Yeah. I didn't realize that different cigars in that line were different pipe tobaccos.
Yes, it's different blends, different pipe tobacco blends.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know, but I used to smoke a pipe.
Did you really?
I actually had like 4 pipes, and they were not cheap.
No.
I started with a Churchill. No, not a church. A church warden. Mm-hmm. You know what that is?
No.
That's the pipe that's real long.
Oh, yeah, you told me about
and
that one.
It's like a little skinny.
Yes, you told me about that one.
And you know why it's long like that? It cools the smoke before it gets to your mouth because it travels that tube. Hated that pipe.
Okay.
I bought it because it was cool looking, but it was not for me. And then the next one I bought a couple of Savinellis, and then I bought an Ashton, and the Ashton was badass.
Okay.
Bill gave me a great deal on it. It was normally like $350, and I got it for like $280.
Oh, nice.
And I ended up giving all of those away.
Why?
Because I was like, I don't like smoking pipes. I want to smoke cigars. I don't have time for this shit.
No, I want to be a pipe smoker.
Why don't you do that in the morning? Because you're up early and you're on the patio with coffee a lot and a cigar. That would be the time when there's no distractions. You can't go to the Leaf. You can't come over here and smoke a pipe because it takes effort and concentration, and people need to leave you alone.
That is a good idea. I mean, I am going to try that.
That's what I would recommend.
I like that. Every now and again, you have a good idea.
Every now and again. Yeah, well, this was it. So the next few ideas are going to suck.
Those are out.
Yeah, the next ones are going to suck. So anyway, I didn't know that. I didn't know that all of them were a different tobacco blend. Now, do they have different vitolas for every cigar? Like, is one of the pipe blends multiple vitolas, or is there a vitola for each blend?
Sam, I don't...
Sam, you could Google that. So. You could be like the Joe Rogan Jamie over there. You could look that up and get back to us.
They're all the same size.
No, they're not.
You haven't even laid eyes on them.
But I've seen that they come in different sizes.
I haven't seen different sizes.
You've only seen the same size in every cigar.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not what my experience is, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I saw like a smaller one, a bigger one.
They're not at the Leaf, if you've seen them.
So everything that the Leaf has is all the same size?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. We'll find out. Sam will look it up and he'll get back to us.
He's using the Google now.
All right, so you smoked the Stillwell. What else have you smoked this week?
Ooh.
Have you smoked any on the patio in the morning this week?
Oh, yeah. I had a Padron number 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long smoke.
Yeah.
That's a great smoke. Was that the 1926, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a phenomenal cigar.
It's one of my favorites. So
yeah.
That's a good, just morning, natural with coffee.
And what kind of coffee are you drinking with that?
I've got my Nespresso, not espresso, the Nespresso.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's the foo-foo coffee.
So one time she told me the Nespresso, and I thought she said espresso, and I was like, holy crap, you got an espresso machine. Then I found out that it was basically a fancy, what do you call it, Keurig.
There you go, yeah.
I mean, for real. Do you like Keurig coffee?
I used to drink it, and then I
hate it.
Why?
It's water with some flavoring in it.
I mean, it is.
I mean,
for like $1 a cup.
Well, I don't care about the cost. I care about how good it tastes. And the Nespresso, I'm sure, is not that good compared to a coffee maker.
Well, what have you smoked here lately with coffee?
Oh, I actually just smoked oh, holy crap. We have the one and only Professor coming in the studio. That's a surprise.
I know.
Did you know he was coming?
I invited him. I didn't think he would come.
Right? That's because his wife's still out of town.
He had to pick her up from the airport.
Oh, you picked your wife up today?
Not
No,
yet.
see there. 552. That's all they do. Or 6x52 on the still wheel. That's it. Okay.
Yes.
I was wrong. First time ever.
Yeah.
First time ever. So, all right. Well, good to know. You know what? I would love to see that same cigar because the one you gave me was really good. But come on, Saka.
I'm going to bring you one of each. One of
Okay.
each blend, and you can try it.
How about Saka? If you're listening, how about a 6x46, 6x48, somewhere in there?
The raw size.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, and that's one of the reasons I love this. This is like a 6x50, but the box press makes it more like a 48.
Yep.
How you enjoying that El Popo over there?
So good.
And you're kind of slowing down a little bit.
I'm talking. I'm yakking.
Are you intentionally? Or are you just yakking?
I'm trying to.
All right, I'm impressed. So, did you smoke any of the Big Sky, the little minnow cigars?
No.
Oh, I got one for you
Okay.
later tonight after you smoke that. I think it's a really good cigar. It is, you know what a figurado is?
You know what? I saw the Big Sky in your humidor. I just don't remember that.
You know what a figurado is?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Okay. It's a vitola. It's rolled a certain way. It starts small at one end and it gradually gets larger to the bottom and then it goes real small.
Yeah.
So in that length of a cigar, which is, I want to say like that long, what would you say that is? 3.5 inches?
Mm-hmm.
In that vitola, because the ring gauge is so small, it's like about a 42 at the big part.
Okay.
So the tip is very small.
Mm-hmm.
I pull the band off, I cut the tip off, then I cut a little bit of this tip off and I smoke it backwards. Because it's like smoking a little regular cigar. Ed, I gave Ed one. Ed, did you like that little cigar I gave you? Yeah, I did. And everybody that smoked it was like, holy crap, that's like smoking a regular
I need to
cigar.
try one then. My
Yeah.
gosh.
I'll get you one later. Hey, and for you guys that don't know about Big Sky, check them out. I'll have a link down in the show notes for them as well. We had them on the live show last Tuesday. And I'm a big fan of those guys. I mean, talk about a bootstrap company. These guys are super small. And I've known these guys since right when we started. Like one of them reached out to me and was like, hey, man, would you test out some of my cigars if I send you some? So we got to smoke the pre-cigar.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was cool. And, you know, they didn't have a lot of money and they still don't, but they're working on making their products better every time they go around. And I mean, when you have a company that's like doing everything themselves, that's tough.
Seriously, yeah.
And so they do
for
it all.
them.
Yeah, good for them. And they both live down in the Houston area now. They're both from Montana. And their cigar line is named after things in Montana.
So everybody go try Big Sky.
Big Sky. Hats off to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll put the minnow on my list. It was actually, I told them, I was like, dude, I really have enjoying this. They sent me like 30 of them.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it was funny because I was chatting with the guy and he was like, so what do you like? And I said, I like very small ring gauge. And so he sent me a couple of their regular ring gauge, which I think is like a 54. And I gave those to Larry. And then they sent me all those other ones. And I was like, wow, I'm kind of blown away that you sent me that many, but they're like that big.
That's so cute.
They're cool.
It's so cute.
Cute. That's not a word you hear on this show often.
It's so cute.
So, all right. And I'm thinking about what else I smoked. I smoked the Tabanero Sun-Grown. You know, I smoked it in the... I had one right here. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, I had the mic. And the mic is like a 3.5 or 3 3/4 by 60. And I normally don't like a 60 ring gauge for myself, but it's a torpedo tip.
It's a very good cigar.
You cut it, you know, when you cut a torpedo, you cut it at whatever ring gauge you want it to be on the tip. And so that's why I really like that cigar. You get all the flavor, the full smoke, of the 60, but as far as the tip that you're smoking from, you make it whatever ring gauge you want.
Yeah, that's a good
And so Tabanero makes a great cigar. I'm excited to see what they're doing. You know, they just made the sun-grown 5x40, I'm sorry, 5x42, and I absolutely loved it. Did you get any of those?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of my favorite cigars of the year so
you've
far.
raved about that one.
And so they're at PCA this week. Want to say, if you're at PCA, let us know how that's going. When this show comes out Tuesday, it'll be in full force by then. But we don't go to PCA because, you know what? Companies that are there to sell cigars, they don't have time for the media. And I mean, if you are media and you're there, good for you, but I think you're more of a pain in their ass than you are helping them. Like, you're there to sell to all of these shop owners because this is the big show.
Say, it's business.
Yeah, and it's a big business. You know, we went to TPE and it's way more laid back.
Oh, yeah.
And so we don't go, and you know what? I don't even know if we are going to go back to TPE. I was looking, you know what I think the next trip for Cigar Talk should be is the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest.
Okay.
That's in Colorado.
When is that?
It's in August.
Ooh.
And so you go up there, and for media, they give you your own booth. Like, wouldn't that be cool to have our own booth and we'll just be recording the whole time, snagging people? Because it's a fest.
I'm down with the Rocky Mountains.
Do you love Colorado?
Yes, I do.
I love Colorado. That's my favorite state in America.
It is great.
What's your favorite state? And if you say Texas, I'm kicking you off the show.
I honestly do not have a favorite state. I'm going to Montana for the first time in June.
You've never been to Montana?
I have not.
Oh, I love Montana.
I'm excited. I'm going to do some fly fishing.
Did you know whenever I was a kid, we used to drive from Sweetwater, Texas to Canada every summer?
Mother of God, why? Why would you do that?
Because my mother is from Canada.
Oh, okay.
I'm half Canadian.
How am I just learning this?
I kind of keep it a secret because I don't want to be racially profiled.
I don't think being half Canadian is a thing.
I'm Texarkana. No, we used to go up there every summer. It was Alberta. In Alberta, my mother is from Lethbridge, and so my younger brother went there on his anniversary. Well, he went to Banff.
Oh yeah.
The pictures were amazing.
Yes.
Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about as far as the cigars I've smoked this week. I mean, I've smoked so many cigars, I can't remember them all, but we'll get to the main cigars after the break when we talk about the top 10 Maduros.
Bring it on.
And before we jump into the break, I'm going to show you guys my favorite humidor. And I can pick it up in one hand. If you're watching the show, looky here. Looky here. Does that look like a candy jar? Because that's what it is. It's my candy jar, and it's full of my favorite cigars. None of the cigars I get make it in this jar unless they're my favorites. And you know what the rule is? The rule is that humidor is for everybody that comes over. This humidor is for me. And the reason I say that is because when Hatch left last week, Carlos was like, Hatch got into your special cigar box. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm not going to worry about it. But how cool is that humidor?
It's amazing.
I think every cigar shop should have this right at their checkout stand.
I think that is actually a brilliant idea. I mean, it would be perfect.
I mean, it's like, hey, have you had that? Mm-hmm. Oh, you have? Well, have you had that?
Look at that one.
And I mean, you can see all the cigars in here are really special.
And it takes up no space.
And it's so easy. I mean, I just redid it, and it's at 72. It has a hygrometer on the top, people. And I talked to Michael Slate, and he said the hardest thing was making this lid because they tried to make it where it fits snug. But here's the thing. When you're working with glass is not perfect. Like, you're going to have some different measurements on every jar. So they had to come up with a way to seal it. And you see the rubber gasket all the way around? So that's what made it. And then they put the hygrometer on top, but at the bottom is a cedar. Well, you can't see through this rubber gasket, but it's got a cedar plank all the way around the bottom, almost the same size of the jar. And I started soaking that in distilled water because they recommend that you put like Bovetta or Boost packs in there. And I don't really care for that. So when I saw there was a little round disc of cedar, I was like, well, I'll just start soaking that. Well, then after I soaked it, it warped. And I was like, well, now I can actually put distilled water in the bottom underneath it in that gap. And holy shit, that has worked phenomenal. So, Michael, if you're listening, I just solved all your customers' problems. But anyway, another good idea. See there?
Look at that.
Anyway, check out, and if you use our link down in the show notes, you get 10% off of anything you buy for them. You have a Case Elegance humidor.
I've got 3, yes.
Overachiever.
I am a believer in the Case Elegance. It is amazing.
Which one's your favorite?
By far the acrylic.
The acrylic. You know, we were looking at those, me and I think Carlos. Might have been Sam. You know, all those darker complected people look the same. Sorry, Sam. He's like, nah, man, I'm thin. But anyway, what was I talking about?
The acrylic.
I didn't want to be too racial. The acrylic, though, we looked those up. Like the one you have, it's $100.
Mm-hmm.
That is cheap.
And it's fantastic.
Like, how much have you messed with it since you've gotten it?
I got it in November of 23 and have never put any fluid in it.
So
it stays at 70 regardless of the temperature of my house.
No kidding.
Yeah, I have.
But you don't let your house go up and down too much.
In the winter, it gets cold.
Like how cold in your house?
60 degrees at night.
Okay, well, that's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Well, that's impressive.
65 normally.
You know, here in the studio, we don't have central heat and air. We have heating units and window units. And so my temperature in the studio, unfortunately, you know, I went out of town one weekend and I left the front door open and it was freezing outside. So all of my humidors took a beating. Like they all dropped. But I want to say, Larry came over here and he found the door open and he said it was like 38 degrees in here. So that was a true test and they all dropped. So Michael Slate from Case Elegance even said, he's like, the biggest thing you can do is not regulate your temperature.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the first half. We're going to go to a quick break and we will be right back. Hey guys, thanks for hanging through the break. We're ready to jump right into our top 10 Maduros of 24, at least the first quarter. You want to go first or you want me to go first? I think you should go first.
I will happily go first.
You know, volley back and forth.
Yeah, whatever. So I just talked about this cigar earlier. It is the
El Pulpo.
The Artesanos El Pulpo. Has a lot of flavor, like a fantastic Maduro. Can't go wrong here.
Oh, 100%. That was my cigar of the year last year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't tried the El Pulpo, you got to go out and find you one.
Yes.
I don't care. And they're not easy to find yet because, you know, they just came out a couple of months ago. Well, I guess about 4 or 5 months ago, but that was Cigar Aficionado's top 10.
Yeah, it is very good. So I'm starting out with my list with just yes.
Something you're smoking right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. Oh, we are going to volley. Okay. Gotcha. You said whatever. I didn't know if that meant yes or no. So let me find mine. Here we go. I'm going to start with my go-to cigar, which is the Medallia 6x46. It's a medium to full stick. It's, I prefer the Petite Corona, which is, no, not the Petite, the Corona Extra, which is, no, that's not it
Is it not
either.
the extra?
It's the Corona Extra, and it's a 6x46.
Yeah.
I love that just about in every cigar.
I feel like that is going to be a cigar that's on every category that you ever do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Do you know that's been my go-to cigar for like 4 years?
Yeah. No, it's
And when you give me a butter cigar that I can count on to be good every single time, I'll think about it. But until then,
I've never had a bad one.
no. Neither have I.
All great construction.
And I've smoked boxes and boxes and boxes of them. If you haven't had the Medallia and you listen to this show, I don't know what you're
I don't know
waiting
why
for.
you're even listening at
Right.
this point.
If you don't like the Medallia, you should probably never listen again. Just kidding. But anyway, it is a San Andreas wrapper. It is a Sumatra binder. And then it's a Nicaraguan and Dominican filler.
Okay.
Great cigar. Then I'll let you go.
Okay, I'm going to go with the 1926 Padron number 9. That is typically my go-to.
That's your celebration cigar.
It is. It's a celebration cigar, but I like to have them, again, in the mornings with coffee. And it's just, you know what you're getting every single time. It never disappoints.
Now, do you ever smoke a cigar that, like, you get the meat sweats from?
Not in a long time.
Yeah, well, same here, but you have.
Yeah.
The last time it happened for me was a 1926 number 9.
Are you serious?
And I was
Seriously?
shocked. I was shocked. I mean,
Really?
I never get them. Ever. Like, I can only remember really 2 times of that ever happening. The first time was on an LFD Cabinet 6, and the next one was that cigar. And I was just kind of like, I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like, you know how to solve that?
How would you say to solve it?
You put a little sugar in your mouth under your tongue.
Okay, yeah.
That makes it go away.
Okay.
Like, quick. And when it happened to me, I was at the Leaf, and I told Jay, I said, I'm actually getting like the sweats and the high. And he was like, oh, you want me to get you some sugar? And I was like, no, I want to ride this out because it's been so long. I don't remember. And so
gosh.
it was not a bad experience. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was a very tense experience.
Never heard this story. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was probably about 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, I was like, I don't want this to go away. I want to ride this out
Whoa.
because everybody should experience that at least once or twice.
Yeah.
All right, is that yours?
Yeah.
All right, my next one, sticking with the Padron theme here, is the 1964 Hermoso Maduro.
Attaboy.
Oh, I
Attaboy.
love that cigar. And it is a 4x56. You know, I don't smoke a lot of big ring gauge, but it's also a semi-box press. So it doesn't feel, and it's box pressed more like a rectangle, not a square.
Mm-hmm.
So it really thins it down.
Okay.
But just so you know, and I don't know if you know this, but do you know that the recipe for all Padrones are the same? And
Yes,
by
I did know
recipe,
that.
I mean
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
wrapper, Nicaragua, binder, Nicaragua, filler, Nicaragua, origin, Nicaragua.
Yes.
And so it's like, you know, they don't give any information on their cigars. It's all secret and it's proprietary. Did I say that word? That's one of those words that's
Now you're making me I can't say it. Proprietary.
Something like that. Anyway, that's my number 2. What do you got number 3?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the Crowned Heads Yellow Rose.
Oh, that is a solid Maduro.
Yes.
That was in my top 5, I believe. Maybe top 8.
Yes. Sticking with the Nicaragua filler, binder, whole thing.
Yeah.
It's named
Crown
after
Heads.
the Yellow Rose of Texas. What's not to like?
And Crown Head did a hell of a job on that. And if you don't know, all of their special cigars that are in that line, like the Tennessee Waltz, the the Ohio Bucko, Buckeye, not Bucko. Hey, Bucko. No, the Buckeye, they're all the same blend. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so, but it's a different experience smoking different Vitolas, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
I see you smoking the Buckeye. Is that right?
No, I haven't done the Buckeye.
The Waltz.
I've tried to find the Buckeye and
I wonder what Vitola that is.
I don't know.
Because I don't think I've had it either. And they make one that's from Hawaii too. Are you
I
aware of
haven't.
that?
Yeah, I knew that. I haven't
Never seen that.
I've never seen one.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it actually exist, but I've heard that.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3 is exactly what I'm smoking right now. It's the 1935 anniversary Monte Cristo. It comes in a Churchill, a Corona, a Gordo, a Robusto Extra, a Toro, and a Torpedo. I mean, whatever Vitola you like, they've got that.
Yes, they do.
It's a Nicaraguan wrapper, Nicaraguan origin. It is box pressed, and the binder is Nicaraguan, the filler is Nicaraguan, and it is a phenomenal cigar. I rarely don't have any of these available. You know what I mean? I buy these.
You have a lot.
Pretty
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah. You're stocked up on those.
So, all right, what you got at number 4?
I am going to go with the classic McAuliffe Black. I can't even talk today. What's wrong with me?
That is a solid cigar.
Yes.
Like if you haven't had the McAuliffe Black and you want to buy cigars on a budget, it's not a budget cigar, but the price is budget.
Yeah. It's like a 5x52.
And it's eight bucks.
I know.
It's actually between $7 and $8.
Yeah.
And for now, I don't know if you were aware of this, but the Cigar Authority podcast named them the Black, the cigar of the year for them last year.
I think I did know that.
That's impressive.
It's really impressive.
Like those guys, I pay attention to what cigars they recommend because I want to try a lot of them.
Yeah.
David over there, I respect that guy.
You know, McAuliffe, the Black is one that Sam has very
All
frequently.
the time.
Like very
Yeah,
frequently.
But he didn't bring one tonight when I said, hey, I'd love it if you brought me something. Oh, now he's giving me an excuse. Oh, well, you know what? I'm out. He thought about it, he said, folks.
He has it all the time. He wanted
you know
something
what?
different.
For me, it would be different. Anyway, what's your number 4 or 5?
My last one is going to be
No. You should be on your number 4.
What?
We've done 3
I just did number 4. I've done the El Pulpo, number 9, the Yellow Rose, and the Black.
Well, how come
You're on number 4.
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to go with the Romacraft Baca. Have you ever smoked one?
I've never had a Baca.
You know, they're kind of rare. I mean, they're not like ultra rare, but you don't see them everywhere. Okay. And a lot of the cigar shops keep them in the back. They're kind of like the really good bourbon that, like when you go to the shop, it's not on the shelf.
Okay.
So next time you're in the Leaf, ask Jay if he's got some. I know from time to time he does have some in the back.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, good cigar. Anyway, the Baca from Romacraft is named after the Baku, a small group of people living in and around Cameroon.
Ooh, okay.
Limited in production. And so anyway, if you haven't had that one, it's one of my favorite cigars they make.
I'm going to try that one.
And technically it is a Cameroon, but it's a dark wrapper.
Okay.
And you know what the definition of the Maduro is? A dark wrapper. So, all right, what you got for number 5?
I'm going to end on what I have been preaching for a long time, and that is the Stillwell English number 27.
Okay. I have not tried them all.
I want everyone out there to go frickin' try one. And if you hate it, that's okay.
Yeah, if you hate it, send us a message and let us know why. And if you love it, send us a message and let us know why.
Yes.
And if you're a pipe smoker and you also smoke cigars, I would love it. Has Bill had one?
Bill has had one type, and he was not a fan, but he hasn't tried them all.
But Bill is also stubborn because he's such a, what do you call it, a prima donna when it comes to pipe smoking because he knows everything about pipe smoking.
I don't think, if you're a diehard pipe smoker, I don't know that this is your...
So we have a guy that is a paramedic up somewhere in the Northeast, and he goes by the name on Instagram of Pipe Full. Dude smokes a lot of pipes, but he also smokes a lot of cigars. So I would like to know what he thinks.
Yeah.
Like I would value his opinion over Bill's because Bill is such a die-hard pipe guy.
Yes.
I mean, do you know how many pipes Bill has?
I can't even imagine.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Trunks full. All right. So my last one on the list this year so far is the Nestor Miranda Maduro. It comes in Connecticut and a Maduro, and both of them are freaking amazing, okay? But the Maduro, wow, lights out, amazing. It's been the most amazing cigar I've had this year.
You've raved about that one.
And so is Sam.
Yeah.
Like both of us. And you know what's so funny is we weren't even planning on smoking those. I was going to save those to do on a show. And Larry left, and me and Sam were drinking, and I was like, let's smoke one of those cigars. So I pulled it out. We smoked it. We fell in love with it. And then I was like, let's smoke the Connecticut now. And you know what was interesting? And I've never noticed this ever with any two cigars ever. But the Connecticut, for me, had the same flavor profile as the Maduro, but it was just lighter. Would you agree with that, Sam? Yes. I mean,
I'll say this, guys. These two went on about this cigar like they had found a pot of gold at the end of the dadgum rainbow. Like they raved about this for a week. So if you haven't had it, go try it.
I'm chomping at the bit to get it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to talk to those guys real soon. I know it's PCA right now, so I didn't want to hit them up for an interview, with all the stuff they've got going on, because I'm sure they're out at PCA. But after PCA and the dust settles, we're going to get these guys on the show and basically
badass.
Just worship the ground they walk on. So, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's from Nicaragua, and it's named after the co-owner, Miranda. And the guy's name is Nestor.
Okay.
So anyway, and this edition is actually an anniversary. I believe it's the 35th anniversary. Do you know if that's right, Sam? Anyway, the original came out long ago, and it was a great cigar. People raved about it. But also, a Cigar Authority named it their Cigar of the Year in 23.
Oh, wow.
So, no, 22. Something like that.
Okay.
But it was also number one. And I was, because when I was Googling it, I was like, never heard of it. They just sent them to us randomly. And what a surprise. They were amazing.
Yeah. I'm excited to try one.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we get some. And I'm impressed you're still smoking the same cigar
damn
after
it. Mother of
45
God.
minutes. Holy crap. Hey, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. And until next time,
just keep smoking.
Until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.